Wild Rift Patch 7.1H is live, and this is the full breakdown. We're going through every buff and nerf that actually moves the needle, what each one means for how you play that champion, the item and ARAM changes worth knowing, and where the meta lands once the dust settles. This is a supports and jungle patch. One role got handed the keys, and the other got taken behind the shed. Let's start with the winners. First, the buffs. 5 champions got stronger this patch, and 4 of the 5 touched the support and mid pool. If you play the bottom side of the map, this is your patch. Thresh got a serious buff, and it pushes him from a comfort pick to a priority one. His hook, Death Sentence, hits harder and now scales with ability power, so a little AP on the build pays off in real burst. Dark Passage, the Lantern, is on a shorter cooldown, which means you can peel and re-engage more often. That's the spell that wins teamfights when it's up. And his Soul Collection range goes from 12 up to 15, so he stacks armor faster just by walking the map. Play him aggressive in lane, look for hooks into the Lantern follow-up, and don't be shy about a single AP item. Thresh is back in the conversation. Seraphine gets a quieter but meaningful bump. Her surround sound heal and shield ratio ticks up, so every teamfight where she's near the group, the whole team is a little tankier. The bigger change is her ultimate, Encore. The charm lasts longer at every rank now, and on a wide team-wide crowd control ultimate, a longer lockdown is huge. That's extra time your team gets to follow up before anyone can move. She's still flexible between support and mid. This patch just makes her team fighting that bit more reliable. But Sona is the big winner of the entire patch. Her heal nearly doubles at rank 1, 25 up to 45, which completely changes her early game. Sona used to be a scaling pick that suffered before 6. Now she can actually contest a lane and keep her carry topped up from minute 1. On top of that, her speed song got a huge boost, from 10 to 13% up to 15 to 18. That's not just kiting in fights. That's catching people out, dodging ganks, and rotating across the map faster than the enemy support can react. If you want to free climb this patch, learn Sona. Pick her, ban her, or watch the enemy take her. She is the standout. The newest champion, Skarner, got buffed almost immediately, which usually tells you he launched a little undertuned. His base stats are up across the board: attack damage, health, and regen, so he's sturdier in the early jungle and clears healthier. His Q does more max health damage and slows harder, and the slow on his shield goes from 20 up to 25%. Put together, that's a jungler who sticks to targets and refuses to let them leave. He's a tanky point-and-click diver now. Build him bruiser, gank early while the slows are oppressive, and drag carries under your tower. Expect to see a lot more Skarner this week. Gnar is the one buff that isn't a support, and it's aimed at the top lane. Mega Gnar, the angry form, is tankier this patch with more health, armor, and magic resist, so when you transform mid-fight, you're a genuine frontline threat instead of a squishy that happens to be big. His hyper passive also scales a touch harder, so the poke that builds his rage adds up faster. Play the rage bar, look to transform on top of the enemy backline, and you'll find Gnar a lot stickier in a brawl than he used to be. Step back and look at the buffs together, and the pattern is obvious. Supports are eating good. Sona and Seraphine push the enchanter side, Thresh strengthens the engage side. So, however you like to play the role, there's a buffed pick for you. If you've been wanting to climb from the support seat, this is the patch to do it. Now the nerfs. 3 champions got toned down, and the jungle is where the pain landed. If your main is in here, don't panic, but you'll feel these. Nunu takes a hit to the 2 things that made him so safe. Consume, the bite, heals and hurts for less now, so his clear is slower and he's not as unkillable diving the enemy jungle. And his ultimate snowball barrage throws fewer snowballs, from a max of 22 down to 20, which chips a bit off his pre-ult damage. None of it is gutting, but Jungle Nunu was strong precisely because he was low risk and hard to punish. and this patch nudges him back toward fair. Still a fine pick into the right comp. Just respect that you're clear and your dives are a notch weaker. Nautilus jungle though, that one got hit hard, and it's the most important nerf in the patch. Titan's Wrath deals less damage to monsters and gives a smaller shield while clearing, and his Riptide monster damage drops from 175% down to 125%. In plain terms, his jungle clear is dramatically slower and far less healthy. Nautilus was everywhere as a tanky, gank-heavy jungler who could perma-pressure the map. Now he limps through his camps and shows up to ganks on low health. Expect him to fall out of the jungle almost entirely, though he is still completely fine as a support, where none of these monster damage cuts touch him. If you love the champion, that's your move this patch. Take him bot. And Taliyah is simply slower now, in every sense. Her base move speed drops by 5. The bonus speed on her rock surfing passive is reduced, and the cooldown refund on worked ground falls from 50% down to 30%. That last one matters most. It's what let her spam abilities and skitter around fights. She'll feel clunkier to pilot, her roams are a touch weaker, and she can't reset her spells as freely. Still a strong control mage, just play a bit more deliberately and don't rely on the constant worked ground resets you used to get. On to items. One change worth knowing. Chemtech Chainsword now gives a lot more base health, 250 jumping all the way to 400. That's a big jump, and it quietly shifts the item from a pure damage and healing buy into a genuine bruiser staple. Fighters and divers who want sustain in extended fights without going full glass cannon will pick this up earlier now. If you play bruisers in the jungle or top, recheck your build paths. Chainsword is a lot more efficient this patch. For the ARAM players, there's a surrender change on the Howling Abyss. You can now open a surrender vote at 7 minutes instead of 9, so a game that's clearly lost ends sooner. But it now takes a 70% vote to pass, so one salty teammate can't drag the whole lobby out the door. It's a small quality of life tweak, and honestly, a sensible one. Faster exits from the unwinnable ones, more protection for the games that are still alive. Zoom out on the jungle and the picture's clear. Two of the safe tanky standbys, Nautilus and Nunu, just got worse, while Skarner, a sticky diver, got better. That means the role tilts away from low-risk farming junglers and toward early, aggressive gank pressure. If you've been autopiloting a safe tank in the jungle, this is the week to either learn Skarner or pick a proactive ganker who punishes the slower clears around you. So here's the verdict. Your highest priority pick or ban this patch is Sona. That early heal and the speed buff are genuinely strong, and she's easy to play. Skarner and Thresh are right behind her. On the other side, don't blind pick Nautilus into the jungle and treat Taliyah as a slightly worse version of herself. The fastest way to climb in 7.1H is from the support seat or on an aggressive early game jungler. Lean into the bottom side of the map and let the patch carry you. That's every change that matters in patch 7.H. Did your main get buffed, nerfed, or left untouched? Tell me in the comments, and tell me what you're climbing with this week. Subscribe so you're never stuck playing the old meta. And I'll see you for patch 7.2, where we break down the tier shifts. Good luck on the Rift.